My child, do not ignore this message. Please stop scrolling for a moment because I have been trying to reach you again and again and again. In the silence, in the exhaustion, in the nights where your thoughts became louder than the world around you, I was there. You thought nobody noticed your pain, but I noticed everything. I saw the heaviness in your eyes. I saw the fake smiles. I saw the moments where you laughed around people while secretly feeling empty inside. My child, you are tired, not just physically, emotionally, mentally, spiritually. You wake up exhausted before the day even begins, and sometimes you do not even know how to explain what is wrong anymore. You just feel heavy, heavy thoughts, heavy emotions, heavy memories, heavy silence. And no matter how hard you try to distract yourself, your mind keeps returning to the same pain, again and again and again. I know there are nights where you stare at the ceiling for hours, thinking, overthinking, replaying conversations, replaying mistakes, replaying memories you wish no longer hurt. You try to move forward, but part of your heart still feels trapped in what wounded you. And the painful part is, most people have no idea how much you are struggling inside. They see you functioning. They see you talking. They see you showing up every day. But they do not see the battle happening inside your mind. They do not see the emotional exhaustion. They do not see how close you have come to completely breaking down. My child, you have been strong for too long. Too many people leaned on you while nobody asked if you were okay. Too many times you comforted others while secretly needing comfort yourself. Too many times you stayed silent about your pain because you felt nobody would truly understand anyway. So you kept carrying everything alone. The pressure, the sadness, the disappointment, the loneliness. And now your soul feels tired in ways words cannot fully explain, doesn't it? There are moments where you feel emotionally disconnected from everyone, even around people, even around family, even while smiling and pretending everything is normal. Part of you still feels alone, and sometimes that loneliness scares you because you start wondering if anyone truly sees you, if anyone truly understands the hidden pain inside you, or if you will spend the rest of your life pretending to be okay. But my child, I see everything. I see the tears you hide. I see the anxiety you pretend does not exist. I see the emotional pressure you carry every single day. I see the moments where you want to disappear from everything just to rest your mind for a while. Not because you want to give up, but because you are exhausted. You have been surviving emotionally for too long, and survival mode changes people. It makes them quieter, more distant, more guarded, more afraid of disappointment. That is why you trust less now. That is why you isolate yourself more now. That is why your heart feels tired even when nothing bad is happening. Pain changed you. Disappointment changed you. Silence changed you. But hear me carefully. You are not weak. You are overwhelmed. There is a difference. You have been fighting battles nobody else can see. Battles in your thoughts, battles in your emotions, battles in your spirit. And some nights, those battles became so intense you secretly wondered how much longer you could keep going. I know. I was there during every silent breakdown, every anxious night, every moment where you felt emotionally abandoned, every moment where you cried quietly because you did not want anyone to know how much you were hurting. I saw all of it, and I never left. Do not ignore this message, because the enemy has been trying to convince you that you are alone, that nobody cares, that your future is empty, that your prayers are unheard. But those are lies. You are not abandoned. You are not forgotten. And heaven has not gone silent. I am speaking to you right now. Even if your faith feels weak, even if your heart feels numb, even if you feel too tired to pray the way you used to, I still hear every silent cry. I still see every hidden wound. And I still have my hand on your life. My child, there is a reason the battle became heavier recently. There is a reason your mind feels under attack. There is a reason exhaustion keeps trying to consume your peace, because something inside you still carries purpose, and darkness is afraid of it. The enemy wants you discouraged before your breakthrough arrives. He wants you emotionally drained before healing begins. He wants you isolated before restoration comes. Because if you truly understood what I am preparing for you, you would never believe the lie that your life is over. Listen to me carefully. Your story is not finished. This pain is not permanent, and this exhaustion will not last forever. I know you feel ignored sometimes. I know you feel forgotten sometimes. I know you feel like nobody truly checks on you the way you check on everyone else. And yes, that hurts deeply, because you give so much of your heart away. You give love, attention, comfort, understanding. But secretly, you also wish someone would fight for you the way you fight for others. You wish someone would notice your silence, notice your heaviness, notice the exhaustion hidden behind your smile. I know all of it. And that is why I'm speaking to you now. Because before anybody else understood your pain, I already did. Before anybody else saw your tears, I already saw them. Before anybody else noticed your exhaustion, I already knew. My child, you do not need to carry everything alone anymore. Give me the fear. Give me the anxiety. Give me the overthinking. Give me the emotional loneliness. Because you were never meant to survive this life without me. I know part of you feels tired of hoping, tired of waiting, tired of believing things will eventually get better. Because disappointment has visited your life too many times. But do not let temporary darkness convince you that your future disappeared. I am still working behind the scenes, even in silence, even in delay, even in confusion. I am still moving things in your favor. There are doors I closed to protect you. There are people I removed because they could not go where I am taking you. There are delays that saved you from destruction you never saw coming. The delay is not rejection. The delay is protection. One day you will understand why certain things had to fall apart. One day you will understand why certain prayers were delayed. One day you will realize I was protecting your future the entire time. But right now, I just need you to trust me. Even while exhausted, even while confused, even while emotionally overwhelmed, trust that I have not abandoned you. Because I have not for 1 second. My child, you are closer to breakthrough than you realize, closer to healing than you think, closer to peace than your emotions currently allow you to believe. Do not give up now. Do not disappear into hopelessness now. Do not let exhaustion speak louder than my voice, because I am still with you in every sleepless night, in every anxious thought, in every hidden tear, in every silent breakdown. I am there, and I am not leaving. So breathe again. Rest your heart for a moment. You do not need to solve your entire future tonight. You only need to remember this. I see you. I know your pain. And I have not abandoned you. My child, the battle inside your mind has become heavier lately, hasn't it? You try to stay calm. You try to distract yourself. You try to act normal around people. But deep inside, your thoughts keep fighting against you. One moment you feel hopeful. The next moment fear takes over again. One moment you tell yourself everything will be okay. The next moment your mind convinces you something is about to fall apart. And this cycle keeps repeating again and again and again until you feel emotionally exhausted before the day even ends. I know there are nights where your body feels tired, but your mind refuses to rest. You lay in silence, overthinking everything, conversations, memories, regrets, mistakes, future fears. And sometimes you create painful scenarios in your mind before anything even happens, because disappointment trained your heart to expect pain. That is why small changes affect you deeply now. That is why silence makes you anxious. That is why distance feels threatening. That is why your mind keeps preparing for abandonment before it even happens. My child, you have been under emotional pressure for too long, and invisible battles drain the soul differently. People only see your outside appearance. They do not see the war happening in your thoughts every single day. They do not see how hard you fight just to keep yourself together. They do not see the moments where anxiety wraps around your chest so tightly you can barely breathe. They do not see the silent panic, the emotional numbness, the exhaustion, the fear you hide behind your smile. But I see all of it. I always have. I know there are moments where you feel disconnected from everyone, even around people you love. Part of you still feels alone, and that loneliness became heavier after everything you survived, because pain changed the way you trust. Now your heart stays guarded, careful, alert. You became used to expecting disappointment, used to expecting people to leave, used to feeling emotionally unseen. So now, even when someone loves you, part of you still fears abandonment, and that fear has exhausted your spirit. My child, listen to me carefully. You are not losing your mind. You are carrying unresolved pain. Pain that was never properly healed. Pain you buried while trying to survive. Pain you pretended no longer affected you. But hidden wounds still speak. Hidden grief still affects the heart, and emotional exhaustion eventually reaches the surface. That is why you feel overwhelmed lately, not because you are weak, but because your soul is tired. You kept being strong for everyone else. You kept carrying responsibilities, carrying pressure, carrying emotional weight. And eventually, even strong people become exhausted. I know there are moments where you secretly want to disappear for a while, not because you want to die, but because you want peace. You want silence inside your mind. You want rest inside your spirit. You want one moment where your heart does not feel heavy anymore. I know, and I need you to understand something. The enemy has been attacking your mind because your mind influences your future. If he can keep you discouraged, he can keep you distracted from your purpose. If he can keep you anxious, he can keep you emotionally trapped. If he can keep you hopeless, he can keep you from recognizing the value I placed inside you. That is why the battle intensified. That is why exhaustion increased. That is why your thoughts became darker some nights, because something powerful still exists inside you, and darkness is afraid of it. My child, there is still purpose attached to your life. There is still healing coming. There is still peace coming, even if you cannot feel it yet. Do not believe every thought that enters your mind. Not every thought speaks truth. Pain speaks loudly. Fear speaks loudly. Trauma speaks loudly. But my voice is stronger, and my voice says this: you are not abandoned. You are not forgotten, and you are not fighting alone. I know you feel tired of carrying this invisible battle, tired of pretending to be okay, tired of trying to heal while life keeps hurting you again. But do not give up now. Do not surrender to hopelessness now, because I am already rebuilding parts of you that pain tried to destroy. I am rebuilding your peace, your confidence, your emotional strength, your ability to trust again, slowly, quietly, deeply. Even now, while you still feel exhausted, I am healing things inside you that nobody else can see. One day you will realize this season did not destroy you. It transformed you. One day you will look back and understand why the battle was so intense, because the enemy attacks hardest when breakthrough is near. And my child, your breakthrough is closer than you think. So breathe again. Rest for a moment. You do not need to carry every fear tonight. Give those fears to me. Give me the anxiety. Give me the overthinking. Give me the emotional heaviness you keep hiding from everyone else, because I am still here, still protecting you, still guiding you, still holding you together during the moments you feel like falling apart. I see you. I know your pain, and I have not abandoned you. My child, I know you do not understand why so many things have been delayed. You prayed, you waited, you hoped, and yet, some doors still remain closed. Some people still walked away. Some opportunities still disappeared. And deep inside, part of you started wondering if I had forgotten you, didn't it? You asked me for answers, for direction, for clarity, but instead, you were met with silence, waiting, confusion, and exhaustion. My child, listen to me carefully. The delay is not rejection. The delay is protection. I need you to remember that, because there are things happening behind the scenes that you cannot yet see. There are battles I fought for you without you even realizing it. There are situations I protected you from without you ever knowing how badly they could have damaged you. You only saw the closed door, but I saw the destruction behind it. You only saw the rejection, but I saw the heartbreak it would eventually bring into your life. You only saw the delay, but I saw dangers your heart was not prepared to survive yet. That is why I slowed certain things down. That is why I removed certain people. That is why some relationships collapsed even when you begged for them to stay. Because not everyone connected to you was meant to continue into your future. Some people were lessons. Some people were warnings. Some people were only temporary assignments in your life, but they were never meant to stay permanently. I know losing them hurt you deeply. I know abandonment changed you. I know rejection made you question your worth sometimes. But my child, do not confuse someone leaving with your value decreasing. People leaving does not make you unworthy. Sometimes I remove people because they cannot go where I am taking you. Sometimes I close doors because what is waiting behind them would slowly destroy your peace. And sometimes I delay blessings because your spirit still needs healing before receiving them. I know you feel tired of waiting, tired of hoping, tired of trying to stay faithful while nothing seems to change. But even in silence, I am still moving. Even in confusion, I am still working. Even while you feel emotionally exhausted, I am arranging things in ways you cannot yet understand. You think nothing is happening, but heaven has been moving quietly around your life this entire time. Conversations you never heard, protection you never noticed, opportunities being prepared, danger being removed, healing slowly beginning inside you. I know part of you feels behind in life. You compare yourself to other people. You wonder why things seem easier for them. You wonder why your journey has been filled with so much emotional pain. But my child, different callings require different preparation, and the deeper the purpose attached to your life, the deeper the transformation often becomes. That is why this season has felt so heavy, because you are not just being delayed, you are being prepared, prepared emotionally, prepared spiritually, prepared mentally. There are things I need to heal inside you before certain blessings arrive, because I refuse to let your future collapse from wounds that were never healed properly. I know you wanted certain things immediately, certain relationships, certain answers, certain breakthroughs, but timing matters more than you realize. And what feels late to you often becomes protection from disaster. One day you will look back and thank me for the doors that stayed closed. One day you will understand why certain people disappeared. One day you will realize some heartbreaks actually saved your future. But right now, I simply need you to trust me, even when you do not understand, even when emotions tell you to give up, even when disappointment tries to convince you that nothing good is coming. Do not believe that lie, because restoration is already beginning quietly. Your heart may still feel tired, but healing has started. Your spirit may still feel weak, but strength is returning slowly. Your mind may still feel overwhelmed, but peace is coming back step by step. I am rebuilding you in places pain once destroyed, and this process cannot be rushed. My child, you are not cursed. You are not forgotten. You are not being punished. You are being protected. Protected from wrong timing. Protected from wrong people. Protected from things that look beautiful on the outside, but carry destruction underneath. That is why I need you to stop measuring my love by your delays. I have not abandoned you. I have been protecting you this entire time. Even during the seasons where you felt alone. Even during the nights where you cried in silence. Even during the moments where your faith became weak. I remain beside you, and I remain beside you now. So do not lose hope. Do not disappear into hopelessness. Do not let temporary confusion make you believe your story is over. Because this season is not the end. It is preparation. Preparation for healing. Preparation for restoration. Preparation for the breakthrough that is closer than you realize. And when the right doors finally open, you will understand why I made you wait. I see you. I know your pain. And I have not abandoned you. My child, you have cried enough. You have carried enough. You have survived seasons that should have destroyed you completely. And yet, you are still here. Even after the heartbreak, even after the exhaustion, even after the nights where you secretly wondered if you could keep going anymore. You are still here. That is not weakness. That is proof that my hand has remained on your life this entire time. I know there were moments where you almost gave up. Moments where the emotional pain became too heavy. Moments where disappointment convinced you that nothing would ever change. Moments where you smiled in front of people, then broke down in silence later. I saw all of it. Every hidden tear, every sleepless night, every silent prayer, every moment where you begged for peace while your mind was falling apart. I was there, and my child, I never stopped fighting for you. Even when you were too exhausted to fight for yourself. Even when your faith became weak. Even when hopelessness whispered lies into your mind. I remain beside you. Because your story is not ending in darkness. Do you hear me? This is not the end of your story. The pain was real. The loneliness was real. The betrayal was real. The exhaustion was real. But none of those things will have the final word over your life. I know the battle changed you. I know you became quieter, more guarded, more emotionally tired. I know there are parts of you that still feel broken after everything you survived. But I need you to understand something. Broken things can still be restored. Wounded hearts can still heal. Exhausted souls can still find peace again. And I am already beginning that restoration inside you. Slowly, quietly, deeply. You may not see it fully yet, but you are changing. The darkness that once consumed your thoughts is losing its power. The hopelessness that once controlled your emotions is weakening. The fear that once kept you trapped is slowly breaking. Because healing has already begun. My child, there is a version of you that still exists beneath all this pain. A peaceful version, a joyful version, a stronger version, a healed version. And day by day, I am bringing that version back to life. You thought the waiting was punishment, but it was preparation. You thought the closed doors meant rejection, but they were protection. You thought the silence meant abandonment, but heaven was working behind the scenes the entire time. There are blessings approaching your life that pain could not stop. There is peace approaching your life that fear cannot destroy. There is restoration approaching your life that darkness cannot cancel. I know it has been hard to believe that lately, because disappointment exhausted your hope. But do not let temporary pain make permanent decisions for your future. Do not surrender now, not when breakthrough is this close, not when healing is already beginning, not when the season is finally changing. My child, you are about to breathe differently again. You are about to sleep peacefully again. You are about to smile without pretending again. You are about to feel emotionally safe again. Not because life suddenly becomes perfect, but because I am rebuilding you from the inside out. The version of you that emerges from this season will not be the same. You will be wiser, stronger, more spiritually grounded, more aware of your worth, more careful about who has access to your heart. And one day, you will realize the battle did not come to destroy you. It came to transform you. That is why you survived. That is why you are still standing. That is why darkness could not fully consume you. Because I never allowed it to take you completely. My child, rest your heart tonight. The pressure will not last forever. The confusion will not last forever. The exhaustion will not last forever. Peace is coming back. Joy is returning. Healing is beginning. And your breakthrough is closer than you think. So breathe again. Release the fear slowly. You do not need to carry tomorrow tonight. I am already in your future. I am already making a way. I am already restoring things pain tried to steal from you. And no matter how lonely this season felt, you were never abandoned. Not for 1 second. I see you. I know your pain. And I have never stopped loving you.